people notice this too. Like, it's hills and valleys, right? Life is just hills and valleys. Like, and most of your life it seems like you're down, and so you just like hang on for something positive. It's fucking, and be prepared if it gets real fucking bad. It's like I was talking about it in the car, like karma. Man, I got like chills. I can't explain it, man. It's like karma. Like this always happens. I'll tell you something. I didn't get a review with my art show, which sucked, you know. But there's times in my life that somebody will notice my work, and it's some. I'm not saying that the average viewer um, isn't good. I love the fact that there's people that get my work. I like it. I like it, but it's like having somebody that is trained with a critical mind that says I like that. Means that's why I make the shit, because I don't make any money. I haven't made any money. I mean, I made some money, but I'm just saying, in my life, like the amount that I've spent on art, I have never recouped even close to what I've spent. So my work really is a lot about like affirmation from somebody that has a critical mind, and I know that they do because that's what they do for a living. Like it could be an academic, it could be a journalist. I mean, I was fucking shitty today. Like I have not felt real hot. I'll tell you that, and I've been sort of down. It's just like, what the fuck. Now, with that said, man, there's been a lot that's happened in my life a lot of times. But, like, I never count my eggs until they're hatched, for sure. And there's a lot of stuff that's just like, yeah, that's great, but, do you know what I'm saying? That happens a lot. Especially with, like, like trying to get a bigger audience. There's been a lot of that. There's been like like you can find it. Me and Matt made something years ago. House Broken. It's on the channel. It's like this reel that he made, and then like he had somebody that wanted to come out here and do a pilot last year, and then like it's a long story, but it didn't happen. It's just like whatever. Lot of stuff. It's like timing is fucking everything. It is. Penny Marshall, that's her comment. It's so right. It's like you could be like a fucking minute off or something, and you get screwed. It's just, I feel like I'm in this constant state of like, I don't know, man. I don't know. God, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I get a lot of positive. I can go get an art show. No problem. I'll go to New York City. I can get an art show in L.A. I can get an art show. It's not really the problem. I'm trying to do something else. I want a wider audience. And it's really been... I remember when I did Taj-O. And, Wanted Chuck, I can't remember his last name, the producer of Taj-O, like I was talking to him for a while, and he said, welcome to the world of trying to get a show up and running. It's a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of other people doing it, so you really have to like stand apart. And it's true, it's been like, there were times Matt would send out that reel and would be like, oh my God, they want to run a pilot, And then it wouldn't happen. I'll tell you one thing, if anything happens, I don't talk about it now. I don't talk about it specifically. That seems like it's jinxing the whole shit I don't say anything to anybody. And Matt actually said that. He said, don't talk about it. Like, don't talk about it. Because if you talk about it, it won't happen. You can talk about it in general terms, but do not talk about it specifically. He also said that the people that are doing that, they don't want to deal with people that talk. They want you to shut up about stuff. You gotta keep your mouth shut. You know what my dad always said? This is true. Loose lips sink ships. He wrote that on like a legal pad, and I saw that one day. Loose lips sink ships. And I don't know what he was talking about, but that was when he was going through a bankruptcy court with the slaughterhouse. Him and Morty went bankrupt for millions of dollars, and the rest is history. But it's just, it's like, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. It's just like, it's just weird. It's like everything's like fucking, either it's up or it's down. My life is a freak show, but everybody else's is too. It just seems like I get, because of what I do, okay, let me explain it. Because of what I do, it seems like I have more ups and downs. If I was a person that just had a regular job, right, my up would probably be like, oh, look, I had a kid, my kid's going to college. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to get a wider audience, and that's TV, it isn't YouTube. So I get bits and pieces at times where I'm like, oh great, something's going to happen, and then it doesn't happen. So I'm just saying, like, most of life is down. And I'll tell you, hey, knock it off, most of life is down. And doing art, like, you go for a long period of time, you make the art, you don't just have a show every week. You have to build up the body of work and have a show. So in that period of like a year and a half, are you going to have some downs? You betcha. You betcha. And then it all comes together and you put the show up. But, you know, you're going to have downs and ups. It's just not going to be related to that. Well, it could be. Like, somebody could call you and say, the Whitney could call me. They never do. Fucking assholes. Now, I can explain it like this too, even on a smaller scale. I've talked about this on my channel before. On a smaller scale, I could say, like, maybe you have a morning session with a dog and it doesn't go so good. Well, don't worry about it, because the afternoon session is going to be better. You just got to keep going and you got to stay on target. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't let the, you can't stay down, you know, and don't worry about it. If you just hang on, you get those, the highs that make life worthwhile. And, you know, with what I'm doing, man, I'm 58 years old, right? 58 years old. I'm trying to get a wider audience. I'm 58. I mean, I won't quit if I'm 75. You know, but I'm 58. Usually people are trying to do this or, like, you know, in their 20s and shit, but not necessarily. I'm putting this in my smoothie. Howard Stern once said, he said, most people do amazing things before they're 30. You know, it's rare that somebody sticks with shit and they get broad success, which is sort of true, except in art, because once you're over 50, that's when people start noticing you. So, as far as me, like with trying to get a wider audience, not on YouTube, I'm in this different category. I'm in a different category because I make art. So I'm 50, I've been honing my craft, my skills, and do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it just, like, with artists, it just sort of like, you peak when you're older. You're not gonna peak when you're 20 or 30. There are artists that have meteoric rises, that's true, but then what happens to them? You know? Jackson Pollock, he was old. He was old before he really got any acclaim. So was Lee Krasner. Lee Krasner's huge. I think she's more talented than Jackson Pollock for sure. But I mean, that's usually how it goes. You could talk about Julian Schnabel or whatever happened to him. I mean, I'm sure those paintings still sell for a lot of money, but does anybody talk about Julian Schnabel? Maybe, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is like, you know, with art and everything, you just have to stick with it, but with art especially. Like if you give up, and I would say that's true in life, man. If you give up in life, you know, it's all right to be bummed out or whatever, but you can't stay down long. It just seems like if you hang on, perception changes or something because something actually good happens. I swear to God, you get something negative in your life, hang on, because that's what I tell everybody on this channel. Like somebody says I'm depressed or whatever, I'm like, hang on. Life's a series of ups and downs, and it's mostly downs. But if you hang on, you know, you'll get that up. You just don't know when it's going to come. And generally speaking, it's like sort of out of the blue. I swear to God, I was talking about karma earlier in the car. It's like, you know, good karma. Like, and then it's nothing. Don't worry about it. It is nothing, but it's something. So, does that make sense? It's better than a kick in the teeth. That's for damn sure. Hang on. Making something to drink here. You know, like, how much longer do I have to fucking wait? Yeah, I'm pissed off. You know, even the channel, man, it's like 11 years and I only got 180,000 subs. How much longer do I have to wait? There's a point when something's gotta fucking happen. I didn't get any art shows because my daddy and mommy are rich. You know, it's the truth. There's a lot of artists like that. They sell artwork, they know people in the business. They get them shows. It'd be terrible to be like that. I would. It's like inheriting money. Do I want to inherit money? Fuck no. And I haven't either. But I don't want to inherit money. I'd like to have my own money. And since I can't quit working, what's it matter anyway? I'm not gonna go and retire. Let's taste this. This is a fucking freak show. It's good. It's good. It's sort of like, could use a little bit more blending. I usually don't have it like this. The next time I see my doctor, when I ask her a question, I wish somebody was here that was smart. My question is this. You have to burn calories when you eat vegetables, like green leafy vegetables, right? Yeah. People are setting up their own web pages nowadays because social media algorithms suck. I don't really even know how to relate to that. I don't. I really don't. I don't know what you mean. But so my question is this: like, if you burn calories like eating celery, if you put the celery in the blender, do you burn less calories because it's already not even just masticated, it's just pulverized? That would be my question. Dude, would you fucking knock it off? I think that if you eat certain things like celery, I think that you burn more calories than are you know than are in it. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but I could be making that shit up. I think I might have heard that when I was wrestling, because I'd cut weight. I always wanted to be the largest 98. Didn't make any difference when it went to 105. Still cutting weight. I wrestled 93 point in freestyle. I cut weight for that too. That's huge. That's huge compared to everybody else. I mean, I was tall. You know, wrestled a lot of like kids that were like a tank. Maybe, I don't know, 5 foot tall and shit. Let's try this. Yeah, that's much better. That's good. I just feel like I haven't been spinning my wheels in my life. I haven't, because I've always made an attempt. You know, my whole thing in life has been like, if I try, then I'm not a failure. If you don't try, and you're dying and saying, well, if I only would have. I never wanted to be like that. So I stuck with, you know, all 3 things I wanted to be as a kid. Well, there were 4. I wanted to be a jockey too, but I got too large. I would like to have a horse one day. It is arrested development compared to everybody else. Like, who sticks with their childhood aspirations? You know, not many. My brother wanted to be a doctor when he was a kid. He got real good grades, and he became clergy. Weird. Like a shot of B12. I feel much better. Hang on. I'm not doing that. That's probably it's his phone notification. It's probably a scammer. I hate those things. It sucks. Should I look? I'll look in a bit. Fuck. I gotta do a Skype tonight at 8. with a person that eats raw meat, like raw beef. Her and her boyfriend both. They both eat raw everything, like raw liver, raw everything. It's also this thing that I always think about in my life is like, what are the odds, right? I'm always like playing the odds. And I think that like, the more times something comes up, sooner or later it's going to be your ticket. Like sooner or later, so you got to stick with it. Like some things are not easy, man. They're not easy. It doesn't mean you're going to be like, oh, I can't do that. You know, I know what I picked. I know what I picked. It's real difficult shit. Raw vegetables, sure. Raw meat, no. That's it. Raw meat. They both look super healthy too. It's real weird. Real weird. No, they aren't. They're human. They want to talk about getting a dog. They had a dog for about a year. They tried to help this old lady next door, who was a dog trainer supposedly, had a Australian Shepherd. So they took it and they were having problems. The dog had cancer, and then at the end they wanted to try and switch it over to raw diet. The dog kept throwing up. I'm like, man, you got to take the dog to the vet because your dog on raw diet shouldn't have any problems like that. About 3 weeks later, the dog was put down. No, there's people that eat raw meat. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. I don't know. God damn it. But it's true. Like, sooner or later, if you stick with something, something's gonna happen. If you don't, nothing can happen. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're like a quitter or something, which I'm not a quitter. I never quit. I never quit. Never quit. It's a problem because it doesn't always go well. It doesn't, and you're like, oh fuck this, and then like something happens and it keeps you going. I had success when I was a kid though, so I knew what that was like. You know, not academic. So, like coming out of the Navy, I made the decision. I'm like, I'm going to art school. I'm going to be an artist. And I had this like thing of like I saw a Klaus Oldenburg in a New York art review. It was inside a desk when I was recuperating from a injury at the naval base, and I was looking through it and I'm like, I can do this. My mother sent me a acrylic set, and I started making paintings. I would take the bottoms out of the drawers of the desk, and I'd paint on those, and I'd put them back in. I could have gotten busted, but I didn't. It's government property. They don't like doing that. They don't like it destroying government property. Nothing would have really happened, but something would have happened. I would have gotten in trouble. I did these like folk art looking things. Sort of. You know, sort of reminiscent of that, but clunkier. Um, you know, because I just started. They were sort of clunky, but I was still convinced that I could make contemporary art, even though that I was painting. I needed to go to art school. If I got anything from art school, it was just Marcel Duchamp. You know, I saw Marcel Duchamp and Ed Keenholz's work, and it all made sense. It did. And Sid and Marty Krofft, H.R. Puffin stuff. I saw that before art school, and I was like, holy shit. You gotta stick with it. If you don't stick with it, something will happen. Hang on, I'll be right back. I know it. There's a new spam thing. Watch it. It'll come up as somebody's name. So you'll be like, who's this Buchwald person? And then you click on it. How much do I spend on food for pets a month? I don't know. I could figure it out for the day. It's probably about $8 a day or something. Something like that. I gotta sit down. Sort of shock to my system. It was a shock to my system. Oh shit. The studio needs to be picked up. It's a wreck. It's not a studio, it's like a... Well, it is. It needs to be picked up, but it's a wreck. In the process of getting stuff out of here, so it's more usable. God, man, I'm just like... How? Just... I just don't get it. Skeleton in the back, that's a prop I made. Just don't get it. I don't know. So whatever. I gotta put... Bucket, what are you doing? Hey, Buck, you alright? You need to eat? I gotta get Bucky some food. You wanna eat something, buddy? I'll be right back. What? Hang on. I got this for you. Hang on. Skittles. There's a lot. Skittles, you want this? There you go, buddy. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God, I go deal with a dog. A cool jacket and some shades, you think? Hey, khaki. Barking. What's up, 208 Raven? I got some trouble back there. I don't know who's doing that. Somebody's doing it though. It's obnoxious shit. It is, it's obnoxious. I do have to put stuff on the cats. They're eating right now. Put some front line. Let me go let this, hang on. I gotta bring that duck food in. No, I don't. Still got it on. Yeah, it's enough to make you feel mania. Jesus. This is from a garage sale. I fixed it. It's out of tune. It's terrible. It works though. Yeah, there's a clunker in there for sure. What am I gonna do the rest of the afternoon? Let's see. Work with Lutzi again. Finish. I guess I'm gonna paint Sam's room. Go up there. I got stain kill. I had to shut my live stream off at Home Depot. What's your thoughts on the world right now? Ukraine. You know, those are my thoughts. And the world's a fucking mess, and we pollute the shit out of it. Seriously, with just total disregard for the environment. You know, the time frame for switching cars over to electric is absurd. It is. It should be done now. It should be done already. There should be a solar panel on every freaking house. Every house. It's ridiculous. That's all I think about it. Excuse me. Is Ukraine. I hope I crash good tonight. Not so much last night. I just gotta be up for this 8 o'clock thing, which is good. Paid for my stuff for Sam's room. More than that. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Cahoots with the skeleton guy? Yeah. Pretty much. I gotta go back to the barn. I gotta find a drill that I can, drill through that steel drum. Jimmy Dresta gave this to me. It's an ice pick. What I need is a punch though. Not a punch, but like, I need to tap a hole, just smack a hole so that the drill bit won't slide around. I'm not using this. This is a great tool. I don't use it for ice. gotta find a bit. I just don't get it. It is a shame. It's just, how do you, what's the matter with Putin? You know, what is the matter with that guy? I just don't get it. He doesn't have enough, you know? He does not have enough. Look at this. Think if you're hunting when you know this already. I gotta go. My life is a fucking freak show. Seriously. I gotta go.